Rematch, a football game being made by the developers of Sifu and Absolver. When they revealed Rematch last year at a PlayStation showcase, and I saw the studio that was making it, I was shocked. Obviously, the studio that made two fighting games, which one of them was nominated for Best Indie Game of the Year, was making a football game. It just sounded really ridiculous, but I was still looking forward to it. Luckily, I got a beta key to try it out for the last 3 days, and I think they did a pretty good job with this game so far. I played with a controller, by the way. I tried mouse and keyboard, but some of the keybinds with mouse and keyboard felt really uncomfortable, so I just stuck with the controller, and I can definitely say controller was way better, at least for me. When I was playing the beta, the thing that really stood out to me was definitely how it felt controlling the ball. The ball was not an object that was just stuck to your player. You really had to control it well, and if you didn't, well, say goodbye to it. The amount of times I lost the ball was insane, and at first it was really frustrating. But as I got used to it, it just kept getting better and better. Even when you're in possession of the ball, any slight movement you do affects the control you have over it. If you try to sprint with it, it moves far away from you towards the direction you're sprinting. So you can't just do stuff like sprinting forward and instantly turning backwards or any other direction. You have to control the ball really well. Well, how do you do that? The X button, or A if you're on Xbox, is the push button. This is basically your control the ball button. This is how you control passes and dribble the ball. By pressing X and inputting a direction with your left analog stick, you control the ball towards the direction you inputted. Getting used to this system is crucial to playing this game because it is the bread and butter of your movement, and honestly, once you get used to it, it feels really, really good. Your pass is your square button, or X on Xbox, and it does what it says. It passes. The only thing that was really weird and took time getting used to with the pass is controlling the direction of the pass. Basically, when you press and hold the pass, you have a small time frame to input the direction you want to pass. So you don't pass to where you're looking, you pass with your movement stick, which kind of feels weird at the beginning because you basically stop moving for a very small time frame, and yeah, it kind of feels weird. But again, once you get used to it, it becomes better. The triangle, or Y on Xbox, makes your character jump. This is how you basically catch air balls that are coming towards you. Your shoot button is R2, or right trigger on Xbox is just a basic shoot button. There is nothing special to it. You just press it and you shoot. The only thing you should watch out is when you're shooting, similar to passing, there's a small time frame where you input where to curve your shoot with your left analog stick, and that's it. By holding L2 or left trigger, you get into dribble stance or defense stance if you don't have the ball. From this stance, if you press X with a directional input, you dribble the ball towards that direction, or if you don't have the ball, you do a small dash to keep up with your opponent. Your R1 or right bumper is the lob button. If you hold lob and then do any other action, you do the same thing by just lobbing the ball. And your L1 button or left bumper is your sprint button, and if you press it twice in a row, you do a faster sprint for a short amount of time. Keep in mind this mechanic has its own stamina bar to the right side of your normal stamina bar. You can't just spam it. On defense, you have circle or B to try to steal the ball, and if you press it while running, you slide. If you are on your side of the field, there are two unique buffs you get depending on where you are. The first is the sweeper buff. You get this buff if you're the closest person to the goal, but not the goalkeeper. This buff allows you to sprint without spending your stamina, but only on your side. The second buff is the goalkeeper, which essentially just turns you into the goalkeeper. When you are the goalkeeper, the triangle or Y makes you dive, and also you just automatically pick up the ball when you get it. So up until this point, everything I've just said makes a pretty basic football game. You know, the pass, the shoot, the dribble, etc., etc. But what makes Rematch different from other football games, aside from the fact that it is an arcade football game instead of something like FIFA or PES? Well, there are two major things. First, in this game, there are no such things as foul or offside or anything similar to that. You can break someone's legs and drive over them with a truck, and it wouldn't matter. The game just goes on. The only thing that stops the game for a brief moment is a goal, and that's it. And the second thing, which I think the most important one, is the boundaries you have on the playfield. There are no outs in this game. Whenever you shoot towards the outside, the ball bounces back from the wall, and this gives you different ways to approach different situations. Let's say you're near the right wall and your opponent approaches towards you from the front, and you guess that he's gonna slide into you to take the ball. Now, of course, you can just do a simple dribble to the left to avoid this, or in this game, you can pass to the right to bounce the ball from the wall and pass it to your teammate behind the opponent. Or maybe even just run and take the ball yourself. Another thing you can do is, if you're approaching the goalkeeper, instead of shooting at the goal, you can shoot directly above to bounce the ball and fake out the goalkeeper and then shoot the returning ball to the goal. Or maybe bounce the ball in a way that your teammate will get it. This is essentially what makes Rematch different in a gameplay wise, and not gonna lie, once you get used to it, it is really fun to use this mechanic. Trying to think how to play with the ball using the walls in different ways while your opponent is on your tail makes this game really fun to play. Now, since this is beta, there are some issues, of course. I've had a moment where I directly walked into the ball as a goalkeeper, but instead of picking the ball up, it just went right through me, and, well, it was a goal. Yeah, gonna have nightmares about that one. There are also some weird glitches where your character just forgets to walk. I've had a friend stuck in the defense stance and literally couldn't move until a goal happened, then it was fixed. I'm sure these bugs will get fixed when the full game releases. At least, I hope they will. But for now, does Rematch look like a game that is worthwhile playing? Absolutely. I think especially with friends, it could be really fun to play. I mean, I know it is. I have played with my friends and it's a blast. Now. One of the main things I am really worried about this game is the monetization. What a surprise. If you look at the Steam page, the base version of the game is $30, which is an alright price for this kind of game, but then there are two other versions, Pro Edition and Elite Edition, which are $40 and $50. And if you look at what these editions give you, there's a Captain Pass, which is essentially the battle pass of this game, and also there's an in-game shop where you can spend either real money or in-game currency to buy cosmetic, but we have no clear indication of how easily the in-game currency is earned, because in the beta they just give these currencies to you to try out the cosmetics. We also don't know how much the Captain Pass is gonna be. My only hope is that they won't bloat the game with these cosmetics and give them incredible pricings that don't make sense. Also, it would be really cool if there were free cosmetics we can earn by playing. It will give players a reason to play the game more and you will get rewards for it. If there's gonna be a shop and battle pass where we get cosmetics with real money, I think it's fair to put some free ones in there too. Overall, right now, Rematch is looking like a solid game that's gonna be fun to play, and I'm eager to see what Slow Clap has in store for this game. Thanks for watching and listening to me yap about the video game. See ya!